Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am having a sneak peek at the sunflower from Diamond Art Club. When I do these unboxing videos, I am always very aware of people who are new to diamond painting. Either people who are just thinking about taking diamond painting up as a hobby and they're just browsing random YouTube videos, or people who have done small kits and they're looking to step things up a bit, but mainly people who don't know about Diamond Art Club, because Diamond Art Club are very different from the other diamond painting companies. So because of that, I go through a lot of things in detail and that makes the video long. So if you know about Diamond Art Club, you will want to skip most of this video probably. For that reason, I've broken the video down into chapters. So all you have to do is go to the description, find the section or sections that you're interested in, click on it, and it will take you straight to what you want to see. So after saying that, if you are new to Diamond Art Club, you have maybe never even heard of them, or certainly not seen the packaging, this is what you can expect to receive. It's a branded box. Diamond Art Club kits do not come in a grey plastic bag. So you receive the box, Diamond Art Club Do What Makes You Sparkle. We have diamondartclub.com, obviously the website, at Diamond Art Club on Instagram and Diamond Art Club on Facebook. So inside this box you will find another box, and that box will have a rendering of the image of the kit that you have bought. And in this case, it is the sunflower. So we'll have a look at the box. So you can see we have a rendering on the box, wraps around the sides, and further down we have a full-size thumbnail so you can see the whole image. Below that we have the title, the sunflower, we have the artist, Lena Owens, and then we have the canvas size. So this one is 22 inches by 29 inches, which is 55.8 centimeters by 73.7 centimeters. Diamond Art Club, Do What Makes You Sparkle, DIY, Diamond Art Kit, square diamonds. You can always tell just by a glance at the box whether it is round or square, because if it is pale blue, it will be square drills. If it is a pale pink, it will be round. All inclusive, see back for contents. So before we look at the back, we'll have a quick look at the sides. So again, part of that rendering. And then we have a small thumbnail, the title, the artist, and the canvas size. On the other side, we get a bit more information. So again, the wraparound, full diamond coverage area. So it isn't a partial diamond painting. The whole canvas is covered in drills. Larger thumbnail, and then more details about the diamond painting. So this one has 90 colours, including 2 Aurora Borealis, 1 Irridescent, and 4 Fairy Dust. So if you're new to diamond painting and you have no idea what Aurora Borealis, Irridescent, or Fairy Dust mean, I will talk about it as we come to the drills later in the video. Total diamonds, 66,304. So we'll flip over to the back, how it works. So we have 6 step-by-step instructions on how to diamond paint if you have never done it before. We have a list of the kit contents, and a little bit further down, warning, choking hazard. Basically, keep out of the reach of small children. You don't want them mistaking those brightly coloured drills for candy and accidentally swallowing them. So keep out of reach of the kids. Then we have third-party tested for compliance with EU and USA standards. Diamond Art Club's kits are tested by an independent authority to make sure that they don't use any chemicals that they shouldn't, and there are no excess chemicals. So everything is tested to meet the EU and USA standards. Diamond Art Club are the only diamond painting company I know of that actually print this on their packaging. If you do know of any other company that does it, please let me know. Then at the bottom we have the socials. We have Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, at Diamond Art Club, and again the website diamondartclub.com. So the box comes sealed in cellophane, so it keeps everything nice and clean inside. So the first thing we have to do is remove the cellophane. So see if that's enough. We'll just remove it. Then we will have a look at the bottom of the box, because on the bottom of the box we have a label, and it has the title, the artist, a thumbnail of the kit, and the dimensions of the diamond painting. This is a very handy thing if you have more than one diamond painting waiting to be done. And with Diamond Art Club, a lot of people buy more than one kit. If they see a kit that they really like, a lot of people will buy it, even though they're not actually ready to work on it, because a lot of Diamond Art Club kits sell out. When they sell out, it can be months before they come back in stock. Nobody ever really knows when they're coming back. Sometimes they never come back. So if people see a kit that they really want, they will buy it and they will keep it until they're ready to work on it. And this can result in quite a collection waiting to be done. So if you have a lot of diamond paintings and they're all stacked on top of each other, you have to lift the boxes to find out what's underneath. But if you have the label in the end, it makes it a lot easier. You just look along the ends of the boxes, you can see the title, you can see the thumbnail. It may be that you've done a square kit and you're looking for a change, so you're thinking, okay, this time I want to try a round. So you have a look at your boxes and you look for the pink boxes, because those are the round kits. Vice versa, if you've just finished a round and you think, okay, I want to try a square, look for the blue boxes and then choose one. So that's why it's very handy if you have a collection of kits waiting to be done. It makes it a lot easier to find what you're looking for. So that is the bottom of the box. At the top of the box we have DIY Diamond Art Kit. Now this rendering actually is a sleeve that slides over the box. So if we slide that back, underneath it says Unleash Your Inner Artist. So we'll go back to the top and we'll open it up. And inside we have Do What Makes You Sparkle, and a little cutout, so if you put your finger in there and pull, you slide out another box. So if you have been buying diamond paintings from other companies, you can maybe compare the packaging that you've been receiving compared to Diamond Art Club's. So with Diamond Art Club you get a branded box. This is how it comes, it's not wrapped up in anything. So branded box, inside the branded box is another box which will have a rendering of the kit that you bought. Inside that box is another box. So Diamond Art Club triple box their diamond paintings. I don't know of any other company that packs their diamond painting kits as well as this. Very, very strong packaging. So inside we have the canvas and the drills inside a resealable bag, and at the top here we have the toolkit. So we'll talk about that first. So again, if you have been diamond painting, when you hear about a toolkit that comes with a kit, you may be thinking about something like this. A little green tray with a pink pen and a square of pink wax. As you can see, the Diamond Art Club tray is much, much bigger than this. One problem with this, apart from it being small, is it has angled sides, and if you accidentally press on the side it flips very, very easily. So Diamond Art Club thought, okay, we need to come up with something better than that. So they've got a much bigger tray, much more stable. it has straight edges, it doesn't flip over easily, it has a spout, it has a stopper, and it also has a lid. The pen is totally different. They have stepped away from the plastic straw that all the other companies supply as standard, and they designed their own ergonomic pen. The wax is actually inside the pen, and you feed the wax to the tip. So you don't push into the wax like you do with all the other pens to cut a little circle out and then have to fill it again and again. The wax is inside the pen. So because the kit is so different, I have a video just dedicated to the Diamond Art Club toolkit for people who have never seen it. The pen, I take it apart, I show exactly how it works, and I show how to refill the pen. So if you're curious about that, there will be a link in the description. So that is the toolkit. If we go back to the box and we take out the canvas, underneath the canvas we have a little pink envelope. So we have Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle, and a sparkly little diamond. Thank you for your purchase. On the back, thank you for your purchase again, another sparkly diamond, but this time the diamond actually folds up and it acts as a lock for the envelope. So we open it up, we can see something very shiny inside, and I'll talk about this first. So this is what they call a Diamond Art Club Treasure Quest card. As you can see, extremely shiny. You may or may not get one of these in your kit. It's always a bit of a surprise when you open your kit. You're thinking, did I get a Treasure Quest card? The next question is, which level did I get? Because they come in different levels, starting with bronze, then silver, then gold, and then the rarest one is black. The image on the card will always be the image of the kit that you bought. It's not a random picture, it is the kit that you bought. So we have the details, the artist, the title, and the canvas size. If we flip it over, you can see it says Diamond Art Club Treasure Quest Cards, bronze. So this one is a bronze level Treasure Quest card. Below that, we have a little scratch area. If you scratch this off, you'll get a unique code under there. Below that, we have a QR code. If you scan the QR code, it will take you to the relevant section on the Diamond Art Club website that deals with Treasure Quest cards. But basically, the idea is that you collect them. As you buy more kits, you get more cards. And if you collect 5 bronze, 3 silver, and 1 gold, you can go to this section on the website, you put in all of your codes, and you will get a gift code for $50 that you can use to buy another diamond painting. That is the lowest level. The next one up is $75, then $100, then $200, and then the top one, if you collect the correct number of cards at the different levels, you can actually ask Diamond Art Club to create a custom diamond painting for you. That is a very unique thing because Diamond Art Club do not do custom kits. If you contacted Diamond Art Club and said, I've got a really nice picture of the kids at a birthday party that I would really like as a diamond painting, they would say, sorry, we don't do customs. If you have collected the correct combination of cards and put all the codes in, you can claim a custom diamond painting, and that is valued at $400. The only thing about it is you cannot ask them to recreate copyrighted material. For obvious reasons, the material is copyrighted, so nobody can use it without permission, and Diamond Art Club don't want to get involved in anything like that. So it's mainly pictures that you've taken that you really like and would like to see as a diamond painting, they will do that. If you happen to know an artist, if you have some artwork of theirs that you would like to get transferred into a diamond painting, if you get the artist's written permission, you can ask Diamond Art Club to create a diamond painting. So that is the treasure quest cards. I do have a video that goes into more detail, but really the main thing probably is to scan the QR code if you get a card, and you can learn about it there. So that's it. So today it was a bronze treasure quest card of the sunflower. So I'll put that to the side, and I'll go back to the envelope. So we have something else inside the envelope. We'll talk about this in a minute. First, we'll actually have a look at the envelope. So on the envelope we have the socials. So we have Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest and TikTok at Diamond Art Club, and the website diamondartclub.com. On the top we have tips and tricks. So a few ideas if you're new to diamond painting especially. There may be something here that you think, yeah, that's a good idea, I'm going to use that, I'll try that. Then we have join our Facebook group, scan the QR code and join the Diamond Art Club Facebook group, where you will meet thousands of other diamond painters from all around the world. You can find out what's happening with Diamond Art Club. You will find lots of pictures of Diamond Art Club art. Very friendly, sociable group. Definitely recommend that you have a look. How to use and refill the twist and pick applicator. So basically how to use the pen and how to refill it. Then step-by-step instructions again if you're new to diamond painting, just the basics on how to diamond paint. Then we have kit contents, everything that is in the kit. Then save 20% off your first app purchase. So we have iPhone and Android. Scan the relevant QR code and download the Diamond Art Club app. Have a browse. If you see a kit or kits that you would like to buy, you will get a 20% discount. That is only applicable the very first time you purchase through the app. So that is the envelope. If we go back to the other thing that I pulled out of the envelope, it was this. So again, Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle, the sunflower, Lena, Owens. If we flip it over, very high resolution picture of the artwork. Then we have start date and end date, and then the details of the diamond painting. Now these are all pre-cut labels. So the idea behind this is if people have a logbook, a lot of people have a physical book with paper pages, you can peel out these labels and stick them on the page. So you would probably take out the title with the artist, put that at the top, peel out the picture, I would put it to the right hand side, and then start date and end date, put that on the page as well. I would recommend that you keep a note of that, because when people see a completed diamond painting, they always ask how long it took. So it keeps it fresh in your mind when you started it and when you finished it. Then we have all the details of the diamond painting. So if you set up a book and you put this in the pages, maybe you've got some friends over and they start asking you about the diamond paintings, you can bring out your logbook and let them see what you've been working on. They can see how long it took, they can see the pictures, they can see how many colours there are, that sort of thing. So if we open it up, here we have the key, or the legend. I think most people call it the legend, I've just always called it the key. So in here we can see how many colours we have. It starts at 1 and it goes up to 90. So we have 90 colours in this diamond painting. Then we have the symbol, which is the symbol that's printed on the canvas, so you know where to place the different colours. And then we have code, which is the DMC code. The DMC code is a standard way of numbering a specific shade of colour. So we'll just say that you're working on the kit and you run out of a colour, and you contact Diamond Art Club and you say, I'm working on this kit and I've run out of this yellow. I need another 10 drills to finish it. That doesn't mean much to Diamond Art Club because there is more than one yellow in this kit. So they don't know which yellow you mean. So what you would do is you would contact them, you would say, I'm working on this kit and I have run out of DMC 742, for example, which is this yellow here. So then they know exactly which shade of yellow you need, and they will send you some extra DMC 742 so you can finish your diamond painting. It's a good idea when you finish, you will have spares of all these colours, to put them in little resealable bags, put a label on them with the DMC code. Because in the future you may be working on a different kit and run out of a colour. So what you do is you check your little bags of spare DMCs to see if you've got that colour. If you've got it, you can use it on the kit that you're working on. So it's handy to keep spares of the different colours, just in case you need them. You might accidentally drop some drills and spill them and you don't find all of them and find out you're a few drills short. Check your spare drills, see if you've got the colour, and you can finish your diamond painting instead of contacting the Diamond Art Club and saying, can you send me some, and then you have to wait on them getting sent out to you. So it's handy to know the DMC codes. So these are pre-cut labels as well. So if we go down to 100 and peel up, you can see they're already pre-cut. So the idea of this is to help speed up things when you're getting ready to diamond paint, or what they call kitting up. So what you do is you get your container or bag. If it's a bag, it would just be a matter of putting the label on the correct bag that has the DMC code printed on it. If it's containers, you would peel off the DMC code. You'd probably start at 1, like the first colour. So you would peel off the label, stick it on the container. You would find the bag with DMC 155 on it, and you would pour the drills into that container. Then just work your way through them, and eventually you end up with all your containers with labels on them and the drills in the correct container. So that is it. That is the key or the legend. So I'll put that back in the envelope. So put it back in the envelope. I'll put the card in with it as well, just to keep them together. Fold it back up, fold the little diamond, pop it through, and that's it. This envelope isn't just a gimmick, it actually serves a purpose. It's to keep those labels nice and flat. The envelope is made of card, it's not paper, so it's quite sturdy. And it stops the chance of the labels being squished and accidentally damaged. So you can put it back in the box and you don't have to worry that it's going to get squashed. If that sheet does get squashed, the labels will start to peel up and they stick to each other, and it can be really difficult to try and unpeel them without damaging them. So this little envelope actually protects the labels. So we'll put that to the side and we will go back to the canvas. So again, Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle. Resealable bag, so we have a glue strip near the top, and if we just peel it nice and slow, don't want to rip any holes in the bag if we can help it, because a lot of people will take the kit out and have a look at it, check that everything looks okay, and then roll it up and put it back in the bag, flip this over, reseal it, put it back in the box, and it sits there nice and clean until you're ready to work on it. So we'll take it out and have a look. So if you have been diamond painting, I can pretty much guarantee if you buy a Diamond Art Club kit, the first time you touch the canvas you will realise there's something different about this. The canvas feels almost like velvet. on the back. It is very soft. It actually is a patented canvas. So this is Diamond Art Club's canvas. No other company makes a canvas like this. So we have scalloped edges around the edges, and we have stitching as well to stop the canvas from fraying. It's a very high quality canvas, very malleable, pliable, easy to work with. Definitely different from the rest. So if we tip it up, the drills are inside. So again, this is something else that's different about Diamond Art Club. Diamond Art Club actually manufacture their own drills. They don't buy them in from suppliers. So when you get your bag of drills, it will have a label on it, so you can just check them that you have got the correct drills for the kit. So here we have the sunflower, so we know that these are the correct drills. Some very, very vibrant yellows there. So the drills are manufactured by Diamond Art Club. They buy high quality resin in from Germany, and they make their own drills. As you can probably see just looking at these, they are very, very vibrant in colour. The other thing is they are very uniform in shape. A lot of companies buy direct, they buy the kit and the suppliers just supply the drills. The quality of the drills can vary a lot. Sometimes with square drills you'll get, instead of being square, they'll be a bit skewed, so they don't actually fit, so you get a lot of junk. Or they have a lot of little tabs on the side that makes it difficult because they push the drills next to them out of position and they cause the drills to pop up. Diamond Art Club drills are very clean, very sharp, very uniform shape. So very, very easy to work with. Very vibrant, very sparkly, really nice drills. So I'll open the bag. All I have to do is find the glue strip that is along the edge somewhere here. I'll try and do this quite quickly because it is very noisy. So we'll get them out of the bag and dispose of the bag. So here we have a side view of the colours in this kit. So what I want to do now is go through the colours. A lot of people like to see the colours. That's the advantage of seeing these sneak peeks. You get an up close look at everything, and especially the colours of the drills. They can make the difference between someone buying or not buying a kit. If they really like the colours, they're more likely to buy it. So I'll go through all of them. I'll read out the DMC codes and I'll talk about the sort of special drills. The ones that aren't standard that I mentioned earlier, ABs, in this case it's ABs, Irridescent and Fairy Dust. So when I find them, I'll talk about them and I'll explain why they're different. So we'll start with this string. So on the bags, all we have is the DMC code. We don't have bag number 1, colour number 1, it's just the DMC code. The DMC codes do not run in order, and that is because the bags are bagged by weight. So it looks kind of, or it is pretty random as far as numbering is concerned. So we'll start with this one. So we have DMC 3838, 796, 728, 728, 3799, 3852, 3852, 782, 782, 336, 801, 798, 780, 3371, 797, 797, 334, 939. So that is the first string. And we'll just pull another one at random. Okay, so we have 939, 400, Z826. Okay, so the Z codes are what they call fairy dust. And they're given that name because they have a coating on them. It's like a very, very fine micro glitter. So with these drills, instead of the light shining off a facet or a face on the drill, as they do with the standard drills, and they give you that little sparkle as you walk past, the light hits different facets and you get that sparkle. When that happens, it's the whole facet or face that reflects back. So it reflects back white light. With the fairy dust, it's tiny, tiny flecks of glitter. So instead of having the whole surface reflecting white light, it's tiny, tiny sparkles. So it gives a different effect. It adds something else to the depth of the diamond painting. So that is fairy dust, and you know it's fairy dust because it has the Z code. Then we have 316 Z743, so another fairy dust with the micro glitter finish. And then right after that we have L444. So the L drills are called Irridescent. These are different because the base is silver and the drills are actually see-through. So what happens is the light comes in, it reflects back off the silver backing and comes back out again. So they give a different effect again. So that is iridescent. Excuse me. Then we have 210, 155, 6014. Now the 6000 series are different as well because in the standard DMC codes, all the companies that use DMC codes, they use the same standard code. For example, DMC 310 is black. So if you buy drills from any company who uses the DMC code, DMC 310 will be black. And that goes for any colour. DMC 155 will be this colour of purple, or this shade of purple. However, if you look at the other companies and look for 6014, you won't find it, because this is not a standard DMC colour. The reason for that is because Diamond Art Club hand render the artwork. So the artist will send the artwork, a team of people will basically build the image up, and they will choose the colours. And they will work on it, trying to get an exact match to the original artwork. And sometimes when they're doing that, they'll come across a colour and they'll think, this isn't actually a set DMC code. So in this case, it's happened with this purple. Somewhere in the diamond painting, they've found this shade of purple and it is not a standard DMC code. So what they do is they actually make that colour. So if you have a Diamond Art Club kit and you find that you've got some 6000 series drills, they aren't standard colours. They've been made or blended to suit a particular part of that diamond painting. And that is partly why Diamond Art Club's rendering is so good. I think the fact that you've got a team of people who actually build it up and talk to each other and work on it and look at it, compared to a computer just scanning it and trying to match colours. Because if a computer had done this, it wouldn't say, oh, these parts are DMC 6014, because that colour doesn't exist. So the computer would look for a colour that's close to this, whereas Diamond Art Club make that colour. So it does make a difference. So anyway, that's the 6000 series drills. These are unique to Diamond Art Club. Then we have 3746, 3837, 3836, 315, 677, 924, 930, 301, 501, 975 333. I can see there is a lot of purple in this one. So new string, you can see these bags are smaller. So the first one in here is AB 5200. So AB drills, short for Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights, where the sky changes colour. That is why these drills have that name, because they flash different colours, different metallic colours. So these drills are white, but if I tilt them in the light, I can see metallic green, blue, purple and gold. So when you have your diamond painting finished, it's up on the wall, and you're walking past, these drills that are white will flash these very bright metallic colours. It's a really, really nice effect. So AB Aurora Borealis. Then we have 3826, 304, 839, 340, 824, 820, 311, 553, 803, 554, 552, 976, 6001. So again, another 6000 series colour, unique to Diamond Art Club. 794, 3750, 520, 931, 938, 813. Put them to the side. And too many strings. 2 strings left. Keep getting little bits of something. Start at this end. 3807, 3835, 739, 550, 825, 498, 211, 415, 3607. That's very, very vibrant pink. 823, 3727, and again Z503. So here we have another fairy dust with that micro glitter finish. 934, 163, 6002, another 6000 series colour. So that's 3 so far. Then we have Z469, another fairy dust. 318, 3840, 800, 732. Now we get to the final string. So we have 3752, 370, 341, 3817, 160, 733, 317, 3842, 742, 321, 349, 3328, 932, 3013, AB470. So again, AB drills with the very metallic looking shine. These drills are green, but when I tilt it in the light, I can see metallic blue and purple. Then 3756, and last but not least, DMC 666. Very vibrant red. So these are all of the colours in this kit. A lot of different shades of purple, and a lot of shades of blue as well. But again, because we have all these different shades, it means there is a lot of blending to get the effect they want. But we'll talk about that when we actually look at the canvas. So put these to the side, carefully place them on the floor, and we'll go back to the canvas. So before I open it up, I have to switch off lights. because if I leave them all on, all we'll see is lights reflecting everywhere. So I'll switch this one off, and I'll switch this one off. So down to one light, and hopefully we don't get much reflection. So this one has been rolled from bottom to top. So we'll have a look. And you can see why there are so many colours in this diamond painting. Lots of different shades of purple and blue. So this has been hand rendered to get it as close as possible to the original. And I'll get my phone cover, because this always happens, the corners try and curl up, which makes it difficult, so I can't hold it and move it at the same time. So put my phone cover in one corner, and then we can have a proper look at it. But you can see just how many different colours have been put together in this, and this is to create this what looks like oil painting. So it's a diamond painting, it looks like an oil painting, but it has the sparkle of a diamond painting, it has the fairy dust in there, it has the ABs, and it has the iridescent drills, which all add something extra that you can't get from paint alone. So very bold colours in this one. It's a lot of colours blended to create what looks like a basic idea. It's like brush strokes. It's not like a fine detailed diamond painting, but lots of colour in it just to get all this shading and that looks, so it looks right, and it definitely does that. Definitely looks like an oil painting. But if you try and imagine the sparkle, the other thing is the colours. I mean, it looks really nice just as it is. But if you take out some drills at random, and you see the colours of the drills, like that yellow, for example. I mean, how bright is that? And it is in here somewhere. Same with the pink, which probably is somewhere up in this corner. But you can see very, very vibrant colours. The whole thing really comes to life when it's finished. Then you get all those ABs, even just the standard drills. They're very shiny, so when you walk past you get lots of sparkle. Really, really nice kits. Nice blue as well. So you can see lots of shades of purple. But I think that yellow really shows, if you look at the colour of that packet of drills and compare it to this, much, much brighter. So you can expect this to be a very vibrant diamond painting. And it's a more sort of classic oil painting style, which is going to work really, really well. 80 colours to get this to look right. Really nice. So I put my empty phone case, no phone, on that corner just to stop it curling up. It's only doing it because it's just out of the box, but if you look at the corner now, it's nearly flat. And that was only, what, a minute, 2 minutes, maybe? This is the thing about the canvas. Diamond Art Club canvas is very easy to get flat. When you get the kit, you will find there are little waves. You can't see them too much, I don't think, on this, but I can definitely feel them. So when I get ready to work on the kit, before I actually start it, what I do, so you can see the whole thing, I get the clear cover and I peel it along. I'm doing this on a tilted table, just hoping it doesn't slide off the table. So we get it, and then we pull the cover, and you hear that noise. That was one of the waves. Further down, second one, third one. I think we'll stop it there. So I'm over halfway. So all I do is peel the cover off, and then just press it back down again. The waves have gone. Then turn it upside down and do the same thing with this side. I think, yeah, you can see the waves maybe here better. Kind of hard to see, but I can feel them. There's like a wave here. It's just the way it's been packed. It causes this little wave effect. Some people might think, oh, it's going to crease, but I'm just doing this just to let you see it really is very, very easy to flatten. You don't have to put the canvas under books or under your mattress or any of that and leave it for days, as you have to do with some companies. Just go past all these waves. That was the last one. And now it's trying to slide down the table, and then just press it down. All it is when it's getting rolled up, some air gets under the cover and it creates these little lines. Lift the cover up, let the air out, put it back down, ready to go. Simple as that. So no waiting days for the canvas to flatten. So just do a slow scroll so we can see the whole thing again. Really nice. For anybody that likes the sort of oil painting sort of style, diamond paintings, I think this would be definitely one to look at. So if I scroll it back up again and go down to the bottom left hand corner. So here we have the title, the sunflower, we have the canvas size, and then we have copyright, Lena Owens, licensed by LSR Licensing / Diamond Art Club, registered trademark. All of Diamond Art Club's canvases are licensed. They always have been since the very beginning, over 7 years ago. Diamond Art Club, when they started off, they wanted to create licensed diamond paintings that were very high quality. So that is what they're striving for. That's why they don't use computers. That's why they make their own drills, and that's why they make their own colours. So the artist will send artwork in. Diamond Art Club will take the artwork. The team will hand render the image. They will work on it until they're satisfied it's as close as they can get to the original. They don't worry about the size, they're worrying about the quality. Once they get it as close as they can get it, that is the size. They don't do different sizes. Quite a few companies will sell diamond paintings different sizes. You'll get a small, slightly larger, larger, and very large, something like that. When you look at the thumbnails for them, you will get the same image every time, and it will be the original artwork. So you're thinking, okay, the small one is the cheapest, so it looks just as good as the rest. I'll get that. So many people have been caught out with that. They buy the small one, they get it, and then they actually see what it really looks like. If you go to the Diamond Art Club website and you just browse, look at any diamond painting, you can scroll across and you will get an image of the rendering of the kit. So you'll get the original, the rendering. And in a lot of cases, when you switch from the original to the rendering, it's very difficult to tell the difference. This is probably going to be one of them. Diamond Art Club have been hand rendering since the beginning, but the way they do it has been improving and improving. And I don't know if it's just down to the experience, because these people, this is what they do all the time. They are very experienced in what they do. And I would say, it's hard to tell now, but maybe 2.5 years ago, I really noticed the rendering was just getting phenomenal, really, really good. So I don't know if it's just that experience has gradually developed and they've just got better, and now they're actually creating their own colours, which is going to help as well, because they're getting those colours in between exactly right, not nearly right. But Diamond Art Club's rendering, in my opinion anyway, is in a class of its own. It is so good. So anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. So the artist sends it in, Diamond Art Club do the rendering, they send it back to the artist to get approval. Once the artist approves it, it then goes into production. So the artist is going to get revenue from allowing their their artwork to be transferred into a diamond painting. And I think for the artists it's quite interesting as well, because they've created the artwork but they've never seen it as a diamond painting. So suddenly they've got all this sparkle and flash and stuff going on that they can't do without drills. So some artists will send other artwork in, and then Diamond Art Club will do that as well. And then what happens is you start to get people who see a certain type of artwork from a certain artist and they really like it. So when they bring out another one, they will get that, and another one, they will get that. So you do have people out there who are collecting pieces from certain artists. And there are quite a few now. They put up a new release and it sells out within minutes sometimes, because a lot of people really like it. And then the other people have to sit and wait on it, come back in stock, and hope they're quick enough to catch it this time. And that's why people will buy stuff and keep it, because it could be it doesn't come back in stock, or it comes back in stock in 3 months and then you still don't get it in time, that sort of thing. So it's a new avenue for the artists, and I think it's quite interesting for them, and it opens things up for us. We get very high quality diamond paintings that are approved by the original artist, and they're just so nice. Okay, next thing. I keep saying things that are different about Diamond Art Club, why they're different from other companies. This next thing is very different from other companies. When people diamond paint, there are different ways they prep and get ready to work on the kit. Some people will use washi tape, so you have this big clear sheet and you want to work on sections. So if you try and cut it with scissors, it tends to wander. It's like cellophane. It's very difficult to get a straight line. So what some people do is they use stuff called washi tape, which is this stuff. It actually isn't that sticky. I call it wishy-washy tape. If you want to tape something down, don't use this stuff. But if you want to use it for diamond painting, what you can do is make a grid. So you would put a strip down, another strip, another strip, another strip. You decide what spacing you want. Then you put a strip across, across, across. Then you've built up a grid. Then what you can do is you can cut up the washi tape, because it will not wander. So you can get nice straight cuts. So that's what people do. Some people do. They will make up a grid. They will cut out a section. And then they will move to the next one, they'll cut that section out, move to the next one, cut that one out. What other people do, I forgot to put them out, is they will use what they call release papers. And this is what I was doing. Release papers, you take off your cover, these will stick to the glue, but they peel off again. It's not like normal paper, which would stick and then tear if you tried to pull it off. So these are what they call double-sided, so it doesn't matter which side I put down, it'll stick to the glue but it'll peel off. So what I used to do was take the cover off and then cover the whole thing in release papers. And I would work backwards. So I would put them down until I got to where I start, which is normally the right hand corner, bottom right hand corner. So if I just sort of do the way they would be, Obviously they're not sticking because the clear cover's there, but it's just to give you an idea of what it would look like. So I would have them like that when I was getting ready to start. If you just imagine this goes all the way up. So then I would peel it off and I would use this overlap. If you're going to use release papers, don't put them side by side like that because it's difficult to try and get a grip to pick them up. Make a little overlap and then you can pick it up from the overlap. So I would peel this one off and then I would work on this area. And then I would peel off the next one. If I didn't finish it, I would just put it back and press the paper down on the areas of glue that I hadn't done. So that would hold it in place. When it's finished, I would move to the next one, next one, next one, and so on. So that's how I worked for a long time until Diamond Art Club came up with a new idea. And that is perforated cover. So Diamond Art Club's covers have perforations in them, so you can actually just tear the cover. They are 10cm by 10cm squares, and you can see them by these grey dashes. They aren't set up so it's exactly 10cm from a corner. It's always kind of random. So in this case, the first perforation is here, and then the first perforation across the way is here. So that's pretty small. So I would either do the small rectangle 2 along, or I would do it a square and a bit, and probably I would do it a square and a bit. So what I would do is put my finger the opposite side of the perforation and then tear it up. So that's the first perforation. I could just fold it back and work on this little bit and then do that one and that one, but I wouldn't, it's a bit too small. So I would just take it up to the next one, fold it back. The cover lays back, it doesn't flip over, I don't need to use a cover minder, I don't need to sit something on it to stop it getting in the way, it just sits there. So I would work on this section, might not finish it, all I do is flip this back over, press it down on the glue areas, and that keeps it nice and clean. It also keeps the areas that I've done clean, it stops any hairs or crumbs or dust getting in between the drills. Come back the next day maybe, open it up, finish the section. Flip this back over, keeps everything nice and clean. Go to the next section, finger on the opposite side, tear it up. I actually quite like that sound. Fold it, do that section, flip it back, keep everything nice and clean. Next one, next one, next one. So no time spent putting down strips of washi tape or taking the cover off and putting down all these little sheets so that I can work them backwards, because it does take quite a bit of time to do that. So Diamond Art Club had been looking at that and thought, perforated cover, that would make it a lot quicker. It's basically clear release paper, the way I looked at it. It's clear release paper. It's already on there, it's already marked out, it's already perforated. If you want to work it as a big sheet, you can do it. Because you have to actually physically tear it before it perforates. If you are a person that likes to work big areas, you could have just came along like to the second perforation instead of the first one like I did, and then just tore that up, and then you would have a section that size, that big. Personally, I don't do that because the more glue you've got exposed, the more chance that something that isn't meant to will stick to the glue. I've heard different stories of things happening. In fact, something happened with my wife as well. It was summertime, we had the window open. She had a sheet of paper lying on the table. Can't remember what, it might have been the key, I can't remember. But she had something on the table. It wasn't near the glue, but a gust of wind blew in the window, caught the paper, it flipped up and it landed upside down on the glue. And then we had to figure out, how do you get paper off glue? Because when you try and pull it, it just tears. So that was when we had to suddenly learn how to do that. But the smaller the area you've got, the less chance that something is going to land on it. So for me, 10 by 10 is perfect size, nice and small. The other thing is when you're working on it and you're doing a 10 by 10 square, it doesn't take too long to complete it. So you feel as if you're actually getting somewhere, you've done a section, done a section, done a section. Whereas if you're doing a huge section, you're going to take days or weeks just to get that section done. But it's all personal preference. Everybody has different ideas and people work different ways. It doesn't matter. The main thing is you enjoy doing it. That is the main thing. But I just thought I wanted to mention the glue thing, because you have to remember, if you've got a big area of glue open, there's always a chance that something is going to land on it. So that is it. The final thing that I want to talk about or show is a close-up look at the canvas, like a very close-up look. So we can see the symbols, we can see how the image is put together. More importantly, we can see exactly what it's going to be like to work on, because when we're working on a diamond painting, we are very close to it, and it gives you an idea of what it actually would be like to work on that kit. So that is what I'm going to set up, and we'll have a close-up look. So now we are having a very close look at the canvas. And this lets us see just how much blending they have done to get this image together. It also lets us see the print quality. Are the symbols nice and clear, easy to read? As you can see, they are. But the main thing for me is it gives you a much better idea of what it would be like to work on this particular kit. So you can see lots of different shades of yellow. I mean, it was, what was it, 90? Yeah, 90 colours in this to get this effect just right. I think they've done a really, really good job. So just getting up to the centre of the sunflower now. But yeah, it's a really, really nice image. And for people who prefer, what would I call it, more traditional, like oil painting type of art, I think this is going to look stunning. As I said, the colours are much more vibrant than the print on the canvas, as you saw, especially with that yellow. It was way brighter than anything that we see in the print. It's going to be a really, really nice one when it's done. Not sure when I'm going to get around to working on this one, but I'm looking forward to seeing it and hanging it up in the canteen at work. So that was a sneak peek at the sunflower from Diamond Art Club. So this one is a sneak peek, which means if you are watching this as the video has just been uploaded, it is not yet available on the Diamond Art Club website. The good news is it will be available in a few hours. So the release date is Saturday, March 21st at 9 AM PST for Ruby and Diamond members. If you don't know what Ruby and Diamond members are, general release is at 9:30 AM PST on March 21st. So it is a really, really nice diamond painting that just looks like an oil painting. I think it's going to be really interesting to see that sort of crossover from oil painting to diamond painting, because it's a sort of classic oil painting look, but it'll have all that sort of sparkle and the ABs and iridescent drills and the fairy dust added into that as well, which I think is really going to look nice. So yeah, it goes on release today. The thing to mention is, remember that America has already switched their daylight saving hours, so it is an hour earlier than you may normally check in. For me, 9 AM PST is 6 PM Copenhagen time. So until we change our clocks, it won't be the same. So it is actually, for me, it is 5 p.m. today. So I think a few people could get caught out with that, because if you've been used to the sneak peeks and catching them when they first go out, you will have a certain time that you know. For me, it was 6 p.m. It's always 6 p.m. But because of daylight savings, the Americans have already changed. We still have to change. For me, it's 5 p.m. So just be aware of that. Don't get caught out, because you may miss the kit that you're looking for. So that is pretty much it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you want to see more unboxings, unbaggings, comparisons, maybe a few more sneak peeks, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification button. If you do that, you will get a little message when new videos come up. So that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.